thanks for coming in today. We have Robbie Boland from F-Wave. I appreciate you coming all the way down from South Carolina, right?
Yeah, driving up from South Carolina. So yeah,
driving up. Sorry,
yeah,
driving up.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's good
I'll
to be
work
back.
on my directions here.
Second trip this week. Good to be here.
So we had you out earlier in the week, and we wanted to bring you back and really talk about what you guys are all about and what kind of revolutionary things you're doing in the industry. So want to start out by thanks for coming this way. I had run into you guys over a year ago at the IRE, International Roofing Expo in Dallas, Texas. And I'd seen your product there, and I couldn't get a minute with your reps because everyone was like crowding you. It was so such an impact, or had so much draw that you could tell the buzz was happening for you guys. And I was like, what is that product? I got to know more about it. So I started doing my research and found out what you guys were doing. You had some display where you were throwing steel balls to enact hail and debris and things, and your shingle F-Wave was not impacted at all, no damage or nothing. And so that was drawing everybody. And I was like, man, I got to figure out what that is. And so you guys were really, that's when I kind of got introduced to you. And so tell us a little about you. Tell us about your shingle that you guys are developing or have developed, and how you got where you're at today.
Well, I came to F-Wave. I've been in the roofing industry for several years, and knew some of the people in F-Wave, knew of F-Wave, but didn't know F-Wave that well, just on the surface. And they reached out to me. They wanted to grow their footprint in the Southeast. F-Wave has been manufacturing in the United States for 6 years, with our plant in Burleson, Texas, which is outside Dallas-Fort Worth. But the growth has been slow, controlled growth, and so they wanted somebody dedicated in the Southeast. And I live in a central, ideal place in South Carolina and in the Southeast region, and so the focus was to grow in the Southeast. And some people that I've worked with and known in the industry that are at F-Wave reached out to me and had an opportunity to come join them, and I just became excited, had an epiphany as soon as I learned more about the product, which is really my experience with F-Wave has been like a contractor's, like yours. When you see it, touch it, feel it, and you get to see who F-Wave is and where they came from, what they're doing, it just the light goes on in the closet, and you're like, this is great. And so I had an opportunity to join the company, and it's a fabulous organization. Everybody in our company, we're a smaller company, but a lot of experience, a lot of seasoned people from different companies, including some larger, well-known manufacturers in the roofing industry, particularly on the residential side. So it's been exciting, and now I've been with F-Wave 6 months, and our goal is to really just continue to grow with quality contractors and partners, like Maven Roofing.
Good. Well, we're excited to be exclusively selling and installing your product. And what I want to do, you mentioned product. I want to talk about your product, what that is, so that we can share it with our customer base. It's really revolutionary. What we got excited about it is this bigger than a normal shingle?
It's the same
size?
Same size, and our exposure is 6.1 inches.
Gotcha.
So it's for all intents and purposes, it installs just like a regular asphalt shingle, but it's not asphalt.
It's not asphalt. So it looks like asphalt. And you mentioned the other day that this product, they almost digitally imprint the color or something like that into making it the color it is. Is that how they do this?
Well, the technology, which is F-Waves in every regard, meaning that we have over 50 patents. All of our technology is ours. It's F-Waves and our parent company, and the technology is involved in the printing, the resins, the raw, everything. So what F-Wave is, it's a synthetic shingle, but it's different than maybe some synthetic shingles that were introduced years ago.
Right.
This is a thermoplastic polyolefin. It's a TPO material. What we like to say is TPO on steroids.
Right.
Highly durable, very strong, single-piece construction. So it's not a composite. It's not like a composite of layers that are laminated together. This is virgin materials, which gives it its sustainable green feature. It can be recycled, and the durability that comes from the strength of the thermopoly, the TPO resin, and the design of the product. And if you look at the back of it, you'll even notice the side, even though it is it's a fairly thick product, but you'll see it has a lot of rigidity and structural that's built in. But again, it's all single piece construction.
So, one of the things we struggle with asphalt shingle is, you bend the shingle too much, it starts to split, right? If you and it's funny because a lot of installers aren't aware, but they like to open the packages by bending the bundle back, and that usually voids the warranty because you'll see when you do that, an asphalt shingle, regardless of the manufacturer, it has its limits and flexibility before it becomes a problem. So this one, the one thing right out the gate, I was looking at, it's like, look, when we're installing this, it's designed to be flexible, but also enough where you can cut it really easily. Okay.
Yeah, and we showed you the other day, when you cut it, you don't use a hook blade, you use a straight blade, and you just score it. You can use a butter knife. You score it, and then it breaks like sheetrock. So, there are no asphalt granules. When you see it, everybody thinks there's a granule, but it's not.
Right.
That's all manufactured in to the process. But there's no granules.
So nothing to come off, basically.
Nothing to come off, and you can't. We're the only manufacturer that encourages people to walk on the roof. So you can't scuff it.
Right.
It's durable. You can't break it. You can't tear it. In fact, it's because it is a TPO, it's a thermopolyolefin material. If you were to, there's a YouTube video that you can see on its self-healing characteristics. But if you were to scrape it with a knife, you could take like a Leicester heat welder or a heat gun, and then just run over that scrape, and it'll go back to its original state.
Well, you can't do that with asphalt shingle, right? So in North Carolina here, you get a hot summer, we're walking around the roof, you'll see marks all over the roof because it's a hot summer where the granules and the tar and adhesives are just sliding. And so in this case, it actually performs better, what you're telling me, in hot weather where you can walk on it and it's not going to affect the look and or the integrity of the product.
Yeah, it loves heat, and so the hotter it is, even the better. And the installers like that because they're not going to be damaged when they're walking on the roof. They're not damaging it. And then with asphalt, it gets hot, it starts heating up, and then it becomes gummy, it becomes and then the granules, which are part of the asphalt shingle manufacturing to help protect the shingle, then it makes them more susceptible to granule loss.
Right.
And so that's why people clean out their gutters, is because sometimes it's not just leaves, but it's to get clean out granules. And so there's no granule loss. There's no issue with granule loss with an F-wave shingle.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter the brand of asphalt shingle. There's the big three out there. When you put that roof on right away, we're having granule loss immediately, right out of the package. With this, you don't have any of that. So that's pretty cool. So you basically, and TPO, as we talked about in commercials, really starting to take over. So this is like the TPO of the residential shingle market in a way. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and what really, there have been some other synthetic products, but again, what makes this unique is the fact that this is single piece construction, and TPO in roofing has been around for a long, long time, particularly on the commercial side of the industry. In the Carolinas, as an example, single ply roofing probably comprises 85+% of the entire market. When you look at market share data, market share reports, of that 85%, over 50% is probably TPO. But F-Wave, just was very innovative and forward thinking, and took the technology that they had in New Zealand and over in Japan and brought it into the States. And like I said, we've been around for a while, and our our technology, which is our technology, is not brand new technology. But F-Wave has just been slowly growing its footprint, so now we're in over 20 states, and I can tell you that in the next, with the help of contractors like Maven, we'll be in almost every state in the Southeast within the next few months.
Wow, that's exciting. Yeah, we got really excited about this product, and a year ago we were knocking on your door, bring it to us, get it to us. So we're super excited that we're now going to be one of the first in this area in North Carolina to start installing this. The opportunity to change the market and the game a little bit with this product, we're really excited. We really want to deliver to our customers, and we understand that our job is to vet, screen, and put forth the best product in front of our customers that will serve them well. And if we know that the market is going to change over the course of so many years to a product like that, and because of the principles or the things that are inside of this product, then it's our job as contractors to give that option to our customers. Now, I understand today it's going to be a more pricier product. But we were kind of joking around the other day that this could be the last roof you ever install.
Sure, absolutely.
And so we have that. We talk about contracts all the time: price, cost versus price. So you might get the cheapest product today, but what's the long-term cost? I think that this makes an argument that the long-term cost is maybe the same, if not less, than an asphalt shingle in the Carolinas, for sure.
Absolutely, and I think especially where Maven is situated geographically, because this is an area where wind uplift is important, wind performance. High winds, Cat 3, Cat 4, God forbid, Cat 5 storms come in, and the last concern that they're going to have is this material coming off the roof. If a storm that magnitude comes through, there's going to be a greater problem. You know, the roof's going to be sitting miles away, and that's not going to be a concern. So I think where Maven sits geographically, it even makes more sense. And everybody thinks that we just had, as you know, some massive hailstorms in the Pensacola, the Gulf of Mexico, Alabama, and everybody thinks that hail doesn't occur in our areas, but there's a lot of hailstorms, and so that's another thing that I think is going to really help with Maven and their homeowner clients. What we're seeing is the insurance industry especially loves this product and loves F-Wave and what we're doing.
Yeah, we just had a hailstorm, 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches hailstorm in Raleigh about a week ago, and I promise you that hail damaged those shingles somewhere in that area. And we know, and I visibly saw this product at the IRE impenetrable to that size hail, and would have no damage to the roof. So you talk about long-term cost, deductibles, insurance involvement, time and stress to have to keep replacing roofs. We're kind of working ourselves out of a job potentially here with going with this and shooting ourselves in the foot. But this is really exciting. Let's go into the. You guys put a great brochure out. That we went through in our onboarding training class that we did the other day. And I wanted to kind of cover this with our customers so they're aware of the real difference makers with this product versus shingle. Yes, it's more expensive, but here's what you're getting. Authentic wood shake appearance. I would agree with that. In fact, I'm going to put this one down. Okay. And I'm going to bring out this guy. This is a fascinating product that you guys are offering. This is a wood shake look, right? From the eye, from a distance, I couldn't tell the difference. What was really interesting to me is it actually has like a soft texture to it. So it's really interesting how they imprinted this on here. So this one is the synthetic roofing shingle, hand split shake, Castlewood Brown. This is a little step above the one we were just looking at, correct?
It is, and so we make this in 3 colors: the Lakeshore Gray, Castlewood Brown, and Mountain Cedar. And this is, if you see, one of the things that's unique is it's laid out in a half bond, but what we recommend for somebody that really wants that true wood shake appearance is when your guys are laying it out, starting at the eave and laying it out, using the kind of third pattern so that you get more of a random pattern. So as opposed to sort of this half bond, and it just really, because that's again, while the performance of this product, we say at F-Wave, beautiful product, superior performance. Our products, whether it's the shake or or more of an architectural style shingle, or just a regular straight edge shingle, or even the slate profile, tile profiles, they're all beautiful products, and they're all authentic, and so from the street, we feel like that while we tout our performance, and the fact that it for now it's the most codes compliant product in the industry, we tout the fact that it looks fantastic, and as I shared with your guys, somebody that owns a smaller 11 square roof home, they want their roof to look as good as somebody that owns a $2 million home. And so so the homeowners get a lot of pride. And the other thing I wanted to show is that the one thing we like about these sample boards is that a normal asphalt, a normal shingle, traditionally you can grab these tabs and pull them up. When this product is installed,
you can't even get.
And that's because that's one of the things that's unique in our manufacturing process is we have an adhesive that runs along the bottom of these tabs, and when it's nailed, when the product is nailed down, the shingle's nailed down, it automatically starts adhering and curing, and it fully sets up. So it's like having a mechanically attached or nailed shingle and a fully adhered product. You can't. So when we do our wind testing, you know, our industry standard, I mean, we test to 100, 150 plus, but our warranty guarantees it for 130 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's great. I can see the consistency in a product like this, the flatness of this TPO or material, what have you, and this flat under here where those two will adhere really nicely. If you, there's less chance of an imperfection. So that bottom shingle is sealing right on that flat portion right there. So you don't have granules in between that potentially can separate and fall off. So I like the consistency of that from an installer standpoint. So that we talked about wood shake appearance. I mean, the appearance is great. In fact, I would argue this is better than Da Vinci, which is what the cream of the crop when it comes to designer roofs, and people always talk about Da Vinci. You know, Da Vinci seems very fake and plastically. This seems like you're getting what your money's worth, and it looks just as good, if not better, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a real authentic look. But the key thing is that we keep emphasizing. A lot of times people ask us, you know, you mentioned another really good manufacturer, and so a lot of times we get asked, who is your competition? Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? And so what we say, yes, they are competition, but our competition really is asphalt shingles.
Asphalt shingles.
Because our product, unlike some of the higher end products that may be synthetic or actual tile or slate, our product, again, installs the same as an asphalt shingle. So when people say, well, I'm paying 30% more, this is an example for the material, than say an asphalt, you know, a higher end asphalt shingle, maybe you're paying a little bit more for the material, but the labor cost is the same, or in some cases a little bit less.
That's an interesting point. So I think you mentioned that the other day. I don't think I grasped onto it until you talked about it right there. So I don't know what the market is, and I'm sure you know, but 80-90% of the market's asphalt shingles, I'm sure, when it comes to residential at a minimum. Most people have an asphalt shingle on their roof. Very small market have an upgraded Da Vinci or designer series of some sort. So for you guys to really say, hey, we're gonna go after the asphalt, not necessarily the specialty shingles, makes it easier from a contractor installer standpoint, because if we know how to install a shingle, we know how to install this.
Absolutely.
And so from a labor standpoint, there's a real struggle to find crews that can do higher end roofs,
yes,
Da Vinci, that know what they're doing and not screw it up. And if they screw it up, it's very expensive. So from a labor shortage and coachability, that's a key point. Being able to say, hey, this installs just like an asphalt shingle. That's huge.
Yeah, there aren't. It's very, you know, we believe in keeping it simple, so there aren't a lot of pieces and parts. Same nails, same ridge vent. We have 3 products. We have the shingle or the tile or the slate profile, whatever it is. We have our starter at the eave, and we have a hip and ridge. That's it.
That's amazing.
And then the contractor gets to use, in your case, use whatever underlayment or ice and water shield you want to. And there's no other pieces and parts that we require.
So you talk here resistant to cracking and fading with a warranty coverage. Anything you want to add to that?
Our warranty is the best warranty in the industry. And what I would add is that you and I talked about this, and I shared some of the specifics with you. So some of the key bullet points on our warranty. We have a class 4 hail, which is 5 years, and that's not just 5 years material. That's like an NDL, a no dollar limit. That's a labor and material warranty for 5 years. Salt resistance, algae resistance, fading, that's a 15-year warranty. It's not prorated, and that's for labor and material, not just the material.
And most asphalt manufacturers, correct me if I'm wrong, they prorate it right around 10 years.
I believe. I guess it depends on which one.
So most of them do. I think Owens Corning, Certainty, and GAF all do that at 10 years. Now you can upgrade your warranties and you don't prorate and so on and so forth. But from out of the box perspective, you guys are already offering 5-year more better warranty than the big 3. So that's kind of interesting.
And our wind damage. So any wind damage, that's also 15 years. Again, labor and material. And the warranty can be transferred. It's one-time transferable. And again, it's not prorated for those 15 years. And but you mentioned something about the ice test. So we're not required to do it in the industry, but we use two types of testing on that you mentioned going back to hail. We do the ice ball test, but we also do a steel ball drop.
Yeah.
So in commercial roofing and residential roofing, some of the testing's the same, some of the standards are the same, some are different. So we do both. So what we do in our testing with all of our products is we always say we meet or exceed. Most cases we exceed. So we always meet to the industry standard, but I can tell you right now, we have a UL Class A fire rating, Underwriters Laboratory Class A fire rating.
Yeah.
So we're already working on, our team is already working on testing to exceed that. So the idea is if the house does catch on fire and the roof catches on fire, that we can extend the opportunity for that fire department to get to that home and save the home.
Yeah, it's not going to be an accelerator, which
Yes.
a lot of building products in the last 50 years, we've put a lot of products that are accelerators. Now we're starting to get smart about let's deaccelerate a fire. So that's great that you guys are thinking that way. You say it's green and sustainable design in your flyer here. Tell me a little bit about that. What does that mean to you guys?
Well, again, it's all virgin materials. There's no volatile components. Everything it can be recycled. And green is really a subset of sustainability when you think about sustainable design. But the fact that we have a 50-year warranty,
wow.
so we're gonna we
so out of the
warranty is for 50 years.
Okay.
So that's why some contractors have said, no, we don't charge for the warranty.
Okay.
There's no cost for the warranty.
Okay.
The warranty is included, so there's no additional cost for that. And that 50-year warranty, which, as I said, it can be transferred one time. Once they get that warranty, that's why some contractors have said in some of the YouTube video testimonials you'll see, some contractors have said publicly that this might be the last roof you'll put on your home.
Well, we're GAF installers today, and we're very proud of them. They're a great partner of ours. They've got a great shingle, and I think one of the best warranties. But one of the reasons why we picked GAF and we put GAF on right now up until this point has just been their support, their product, and they have the best warranty.
Sure.
I think they have the best warranty. So with you guys matching or exceeding that, that's a game changer from a contractor perspective, because whether it's GAF, F-Wave, Owens Corning, all these different companies, we're the ones left holding the bag at the end of the day in front of that customer. And that warranty, knowing that they're going to be behind that, is why we had chose to partner with them, and why we're really excited about your product. That's a great warranty. So that's really cool. Now, you said the other day, I want to make sure the audience recognizes this. We've seen a synthetic product of this kind of sort before. I've been on a lot of roofs where a plastic, a rubber, whatever it was, similar to this, was out many, many years ago, and we both agreed it failed. It failed because it shrunk. The product shrunk, it faded, it broke, whatever it is. Many different things happened to that product. But the difference is, and I want you to explain this to our audience here, because I think this is the critical piece and difference with y'all, is how you organically built this product versus those products.
Well, and we talked about this. So a thermoplastic product, there's different types of thermoplastics and there's different formulations. In our case, I mentioned that our materials are all virgin raw materials. Mm-hmm. So our product, there's no recycled material. Mm-hmm. So in maybe currently, or there were some years past where some recycled materials were introduced into the product and through the manufacturing process. The problem is with the thermoplastic, like if I were to grab that, aluminum, that plastic bottle, and crush it and grind it, and we tried to make it into a flat sheet of shingle. Thermoplastics have a lot of memory. They want to go back and be what they were. So it wants to go back and be a bottle. It doesn't want to be a shingle. Yeah. But when you're using virgin raw materials, which again contribute to the ability for it to be a green recyclable product, and sustainable, because of the fact that we're looking to provide something that's going to last a long, long, long time, and environmental friendly. Our technology in the manufacturing process is what makes it different from some earlier products. I think even in the commercial roofing world, where TPO, thermoplastic roofing, is, it's the majority roof that's put on now, replacing a great percentage of the asphalt roofs. Those products over the last 20 plus years have refined and even gotten better and better as far as the formulations. So I think F-Wave has just been way ahead of the curve with this technology, and that's been one of the one of our advantages.
Yeah. So So basically, all of it's made in the U.S., correct?
It is, and I wanted to mention,
Yeah.
you mentioned GAF, who's a great company. I've got a lot of friends at GAF, and I can tell you that our leadership team, has a great rapport with the leadership in Parsippany, New Jersey, where GAF is headquartered, and so we have a lot of respect for them. I think one of the things that we have in common with them is that though we're a lot smaller than GAF, is that we're a global company, and we really try to do things the right way. We believe our ownership, our directors believe in, when they say they believe in doing the right thing, they really do, which is important because, again, when you start comparing us to some of these other companies, our warranties and the way these warranties are issued, it's the exact same as any other larger corporation. So, and so we want to be recognized as, a smaller company, but many of the facets and the way we do business is exactly the same as some of the larger corporations.
Well, you guys are on the right path. You're gonna carve a piece out of this market with this product right here. This product's gonna definitely catch some eyes. We're excited to start putting it on.
And everything is manufactured, JT, as you ask. It's all manufactured in Texas. But our plan is, I know one of the things you had wanted to talk about was kind of future plans. And so we definitely see in the future having a plant situated somewhere here in the Carolinas, hopefully, selfishly, but definitely in the Southeast. And we actually had plans to have another plant, another line last year, but with the COVID hit and it kind of put things on hold. But we're definitely growing, and our plan is to continue to manufacture in the United States and continue to even try to, as I mentioned, the additional testing, fire testing we're doing, continuously improve on what we're already providing as a superior product. We believe a better choice, really.
Yeah.
When you get right down to it.
Yeah, so, you're getting this, as good, if not better warranty. We got the wind ratings as good, if not better than everything else out there. But we have an impact hail a part of this shingle that other shingles don't have, a resistance to damage that most of our shingles don't have. As soon as we break that matting, we've got issues with an asphalt shingle. We're not going to have that here. So there's a lot of tools in your toolbox with this product we're excited about. I'm going to kind of wrap up and talk about from an install perspective and from an installer or a contractor perspective what we look for. We have 80 anywhere from $60 to $60 to 90 pounds per bundle is what you're looking at normally on a shingle roof, what you put on your shoulder walking up a ladder. And even OSHA has 3-point contact, right? So if we're walking these up a ladder, in this market we don't put shingles on top of the roof. It's just not available here. So we have to walk a lot of these shingles up the ladder. 60 to 90 pounds on your shoulder gets a little rough. Okay?
Especially in 95-degree weather. Yeah.
And it's almost impossible per OSHA to have 3 points of contact while doing that. But that's a side matter. With this product, you've got 10 shingles per bundle, and then I believe it's 6 bundles as a square.
That's correct.
Okay.
So most asphalt shingles, there's 3 bundles per square. Ours 6. So one bundle weighs about 32 pounds.
So it's half. It's at least half.
It's half the weight. So installers love it. So with some of the pictures we show contractors is a guy with 6 bundles on his shoulder. So we don't recommend that.
Yeah.
But I mean, but it's just, so it's a lot lighter. And you were asking about cutting it. Because it just scores and breaks like it would, like sheetrock would, there's a lot less waste. So we try to do everything to make sure that it's all about making it, again, I said simple, making it easier and simpler for the guy in the field, the guy that's on the roof.
Got it.
And so that's I'm glad you brought that up, because that's definitely one of our install advantages, and that's why we say the cost. When you start looking at the larger cost, the big picture, it's not a whole lot more.
Yeah, we actually had scored this a little bit before, but you could see where we could just, after we had scored it, just break it up like that, just like that. So this had already had this before we had talked. We had marked a couple of these out to see. And so it I mean, from an installer perspective, let me tell you from a safety perspective. So we have hook blades in asphalt shingle. The blade hooks, and we're trying to get it on the shingle, and we'll pull it. Now the blade starts to dull. You're pulling harder, and you have run risk of hitting yourself, cutting yourself, or do a bad angle because it won't pull through the shingle as well. We don't use, you know, a straight razor or like a utility knife. We use a special blade to cut asphalt shingles. Well, with this one, all we're doing is taking a little bit of a score. We're marking it, super simple. I'm not aggressively pulling at it from a safety perspective. I figured out where I want it, and it's going to be exactly at that point. And then I just break it off. And
yeah,
I think safety-wise, that's interesting just to consider.
It is, but it's also for the installer. I mean, this, you cannot damage this product. I mean, I'm being a little facetious, but it's so tough. And so when you nail it, so one of the tests that we do a nail pull test. And so when your guys are nailing, when contractors are nailing it down, they're using nail guns and compressors. You can't blow through it. So one of the things that we encourage is to cut the compressor up, so when they do nail it down, make sure they get that nail in and get it flush, because blow through on some shingles can be an issue. If they're just going through and just blowing through all the shingles, then there's a problem, because everybody thinks that there's all these structural members in their roof, and it's not. I mean, you've got open plywood, and then you've got some rafters, and so a lot of the nails are going straight, going right through, and so you can't blow through this, and so if anything, we address that right from the day one to make sure they're getting the nail fully flush, because it is so tough. And to illustrate that, a lot of contractors are just doing fun videos with this stuff. I mean, people are taking baseball machines in their shop and shooting it with a baseball, and just to see what kind of damage they can create.
Yeah, good point. I'm gonna touch on that too. Essentially, when we do a shingle, because it's a matting that's not as thick as this. I mean, this is a really thick product, probably at least almost double the thickness of a shingle. If you have the air compressor turned up really high, we get this all. Our site managers all the time are always getting on our members, the crew, and just say, "Hey, you got your gun pressure too high. Bring it back." Because we're blowing through. And so we're constantly looking at that. How many nails we got? Are we at the pressure up too high, not enough? So this is really, mixed from an installer perspective, it's great. Just slam the air up and hit your points, and we know it's not going to blow through because of how durable it is.
Yes.
So that's really cool. And you've got some marks here.
We do. So we just, I mean, literally, again, keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Place nail here. I mean.
Yeah, you can't mess that up.
You can't.
Yeah, and in the shingle side, it's like, okay, we'll hit this strip, and we're like this, as we're trying to hit the strip, right? And no matter what manufacturer you go with, this one is just right there. That's really great. And it forces them to slow down a little bit too, and make sure they're doing a good job. Sometimes they get too quick going down on asphalt, so that's really cool. All right. Other than that, on this, I don't think I have any questions. I was really impressed of how light it is, but how thick and rigid it is. So I'm really excited to get the first one on. We're going to put the first one on here really shortly, and we'll maybe bring you back out to help us with that. But the cool thing is we're able to put that, with your point, we're able to put that roof on right away, because we're really just transferring our crew from a asphalt shingle to this. The install is pretty much the same.
Yeah, and also you brought up the warranty. To bring up the warranty again, when your first job, we'll want to be on site and answer any questions, provide any of that technical support that the guys need. But I feel confident after that first day they're going to love it. And we don't require any other inspections on your jobs for that warranty. So Maven puts the roof down. The roof's completed. We're going to get pictures and nice testimonial, and the homeowner's going to get the warranty, and they can then go to the insurance company for their discounts. So.
Well, I got some really last-minute hard questions for you.
Okay.
Okay. And hopefully we don't get you in trouble. And we're going to make it rapid fire. Okay. Why would you put F-Wave roof on your own home?
Because it looks great, and it's going to add to the curb appeal, and I will never have to put a roof on again as long as I'm in that house.
Okay. What happens if there's product defects moving forward? I think there's a lot of people worried about, there's a new product. What's the issues that could come up? What do I tell to a homeowner when I say, hey, what happens when there's a product defect?
We're going to take care of it.
You're going to take care of it.
If it's something that's related to the manufacturing, first thing we're going to do is we're going to ask for pictures or whatever we can get, but we're going to address it immediately. Okay. And we're going to send it. If we have to send a product engineer out to look at it, we'll do that. But we're going to get with you and the contractor, and then we're going to make sure that we get it rectified in whatever way we can.
Okay.
But we don't think we're going to have too many of those. and at least to my knowledge, since being with F-Wave, any issues that we have had, and I'm not aware of anything, nothing we can't fix.
What do you think this product is going to take the industry over the next 5 to 10 years? Where's it going to take it? Where are we going to go with this?
I think synthetics. I think for the industry, I think F-wave synthetic shingles are going to continue to gain a greater share of the market. I don't think it's going to replace the asphalt roofing industry, asphalt shingle. I just think we're going to have a greater share of the market, and F-wave is going to continue to work on newer technologies. I think what I really think is going to happen is some of the other manufacturers that are strictly manufacturing asphalt shingles are going to start trying to find ways to embrace some new technology. Selfishly,
so you're going to pull them forward with you. You're going to be a trailblazer and show them that this synthetic is a viable option again, and that they're going to pay attention, and they're going to have to probably be innovative.
Absolutely,
and that helps everybody.
And F-Wave's, I guess, trademark line by line is reinventing residential roofing.
Cool.
And so I tell contractors, we're not a fit for every contractor, and vice versa. But I tell those that are innovative, the innovators like Maven, get on board and catch the F-Wave train, because it's going to continue to, it's still moving forward.
I'm excited. If a shingle, this is probably more for your suppliers. I know that we just got it in our region in the East Coast here, so we're going to be one of the exclusive first partnerships with y'all to get this on some roofs. I guess from an installer perspective, my biggest concern is supply right now with where we're at right now today with the shingle market and the roofing market. We always seem to be trying to find supplies. Do we have any supply issues for obtaining your product right now? Where are we at right now with supply for this?
No, not a bit. So we're well situated with distribution in the Southeast because we don't sell direct.
Okay.
Like GAF, who you mentioned, we sell through distributors. We're well situated with distribution now, and as far as our raw materials and all, we've sort of built into the. What's going on now among multiple industries with steel, wood, and other products. So we're in pretty good shape with production and being able to provide products. And the other thing is we keep it simple with our product. We have basically 12 products, 3 colors. We can do some variations of those. But again, we don't want Maven to hand a brochure to a homeowner and say, take your pick, and then they can't get it.
Right.
So everything that we have, you can get, and you can get it through a distributor that's stocking it. And we believe stocking is important. It's not just a matter of being able to get it from the plant in Texas and ship it out here. That's why eventually, you ask where we're going. That's why I think very soon, hopefully before too much longer, we'll actually have a manufacturing facility, another one here in this area.
All right, rapid fire. You got to say this quick. I'm putting you under the gun. Okay. I have a customer who wants an F-Wave roof. The first question they're going to ask me is, how quickly can you get it on? How quickly, or on average, am I going to get shingles into that job site right now, do you think?
Depending on which color they pick, they probably have it tomorrow because our distributor will have it for you. But I'd say, to be safe, let's say 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So if I tell them 2 weeks, okay, that's reasonable. Let's see what we got here.
We'll even rapid fire, 2 days, 2 weeks.
2 days, 2 weeks.
2 days, 2 weeks.
Right.
Depends on if it's sitting on the ground at the distributor's yard, or we got to bring it in. But we'll say 2 days, 2 weeks.
On a percentage basis here, how much more are we looking at your low? Not just want to say lower, and I want to discount it, but your lower priced option. How much more is that over architectural shingles? Do you think on average?
On the high end architectural, 30%.
30%. Okay.
Material cost.
Yeah.
So
labor
again,
doesn't change though.
That's correct.
That's
Labor
the
doesn't
difference.
change.
With the designer series roof, you're going to have more in labor, so we get to save some in labor with you.
So instead of $1, it's going to be $1.35.
Right. So I imagine we're really priced between a high-end metal roof and a low-end shingle roof.
Yes, absolutely.
We're right
Bingo.
in that middle. Okay.
That's the gap, and that's what F-Wave addresses.
Okay.
There's been that gap. And you talk to everybody in the industry, that's what they'll tell you. There's been that gap for a long time. So F-Wave fills that gap, but can meet the needs of the higher end and the lower end as well, depending on if somebody wants to pay that little extra difference.
One of the interesting things in the Carolinas here is people love metal roofs. And I'm not really sure I understand the obsession of it, but there's really only one metal roof to put on if you're going to put on a metal roof. That's a standing seam roof. Now that's extremely expensive roof, and we live next to the water. Okay, but when you're next to the water, every manufacturer that produces a metal roof has you sign a disclosure saying if you're next to the water, if you don't wash your roof every 2 years, or you have the wrong product on your roof next to the salt water, that there's no warranty. And I have yet to see a roofing company or a homeowner in this area washing their roof every 2 years. So the interesting thing is I have customers come to me all the time. I want a metal roof on a roof. I'm like, well, I don't know if you really do, because the amount of maintenance that comes to that. Well, this product is maintenance free. I'm going to get the same performance and look and quality of the metal roof, but I don't have to wash my roof every 2 years, and no one will. And so as soon as they have a manufacturer defect, the manufacturer can turn back around and say, well, did you wash your roof? No, I didn't wash my roof. Well, the salt water has ruined, or the brackish water we call has now ruined your warranty and your roof's performance. We don't have that with this.
Not a bit. And that's a big issue in Florida, on the coastal areas of Florida. And for us, it makes no difference. And the other thing is, we don't require anything special. So we don't require stainless nails for us to issue the warranty. Okay. So no, so absolutely that's not a concern for us.
All right, one last question. We're at Maven. We're super excited to get the first exclusive F-Waves up here in the region, and I'm sure there'll be many other great contractors. What can Maven do for you all to do a great job? In your eyes, what does Maven need to do with this product in order to satisfy where you're trying to go? What do you want to see out of us?
I think what we're doing right now, before your first job, Maven's already been following F-Wave, tracking F-Wave, being educated about F-Wave, educating their people about F-Wave, and Maven wants to do a quality roof, and that's all we want. We want a quality roof and somebody to tell the story. And JT, you and your team are doing that before the first roof's put on. So if we did that with every contractor around the United States that hasn't done an F-Wave roof, that wants to do one in the future, if we just do what we're doing now, we're going to be golden. It's going to be great, and we love that partnership. We just want to tell the story, put on a good roof, quality, and then go tell the story, and hopefully it'll be a great fit as we share our story with other people.
Well, I'm a kid in the candy shop right now. I've been looking at this, like I said, since a year ago, and wanted to get it out here. When we started, I would say we're one of the fastest growing roofing companies on the East Coast. Our mission.
Looking at all these trucks I see all over the region, you can't miss the trucks. So.
Well, that's it. It's really a testament to our mission. I mean, we're roofers, but at the core of it, we're really making Mavens, we say around here. And this product, and when I say making Mavens, is we're a veteran-owned and operated company. Our focus is to help people transition out of the Marine Corps or our armed forces services, whatever they serve their community or their country. We want to help them get into an industry that's super exciting, innovative, give them a career and a skill. And this product right now, I think, is going to really meet our mission. These guys are going to be able to put they're going to be able to stand behind this. We're really excited about that. So we're really excited at the end of the day that we are going to be exclusively right out the gate going to be able to try to put this product on and to our customers and give it to our Mavens out there that are communicating our mission and our overall roof expertise. So I thank you. I'm glad that we got you out here, travel all this way, and I think this is the start of a great relationship.
Oh, absolutely. We're excited, and we love the fact that you guys are such innovators, and that's what we want, and that's what it's exciting, and we're just happy to be a part of it. And it's funny you were talking about the mission, the Marines. My father, he was 83 when he passed, but my father was a Marine, and he said you never transition away from being a Marine. Once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine.
Nope. So. We got all of us. Diesel behind the camera is a Marine. Every one of us is a Marine. It's amazing, or some service or had connection. And I think the testament for us growing is that we have that common bond, and it's been really exciting. And so I'm excited. We're going to put this on the trucks. We're going to put this F-Wave on there. We're going to walk around proud badge of honor with this. It'll be right there next to our Eagle Globe and Anchor. And so we're excited. Any questions for me that you have, Robbie?
No, I think we're good. Thank you for letting us come up again. And we just look forward to keep growing together.